You know that moment when she glances at you, then quickly looks away, and your brain goes, was she just being polite? Or was that something else? It's like when you're talking with your friends, but out of nowhere, you feel this heat. You look over, she's already looking, and instantly, she acts like she wasn't. You tell yourself, I'm overthinking this. But here's the truth. That wasn't random. Women have subtle, almost invisible signals they send. Signals most men miss. Completely. And every single one means, she's been thinking about you. Comment the last time you caught a glance like that. If it left you wondering all day, stick around, because the last signal isn't just surprising. It's dangerously misunderstood. You're standing in a room, maybe a casual party, maybe just grabbing coffee. The music is low, lights dim, and there's that hum in the background. You're not really looking for anything. But then it happens. That flicker. That almost imperceptible glance. Her eyes connect with yours for a split second, so quick, you nearly miss it. And just as fast, she looks away. Your brain tries to file it as a fluke. You tell yourself, she probably wasn't even looking at me. But your gut disagrees. Something about that moment felt intentional. Not loud, not obvious, but very, very real. And here's what most guys don't realize. That flicker wasn't an accident. It was a test. A small, almost primal scan. Her subconscious was reaching out, not with words, not with a smile, but with eyes. Because eye contact, that's where it all begins. There's a guy sitting in a cafe, earbuds in, laptop open. He's not trying to be noticed, but he feels it like a quiet heat on his skin. He glances up, and there she is, across the room, eyes on him. But the moment he locks eyes, she looks away too fast, not embarrassed. Calculated. Now, here's the emotional contrast most guys miss. He thinks she was zoning out, looking through me. But what's really happening? She's watching to see if he notices, if he's even aware. Because awareness is attractive, and most men? Completely blind to it. So here's the truth. Women test with their gaze. It's fast, it's subtle, and it's wrapped in doubt. But if you catch it, and more importantly, if you hold it, you shift the entire dynamic. That 1 second of extra eye contact. That's your move. That's the moment you silently tell her, I see you too. It's not about staring her down. It's about signaling presence. And if she looks away first but smiles after, she just failed her own test. Because you passed. Next time you catch that flicker, don't look away. Don't break the moment. Hold her gaze just a second longer than feels safe. Because that second could change everything. You're walking down the hallway, maybe at work, maybe on campus. You spot her. She spots you. There's a pause, a delay, and then just as she passes comes the smile. Not wide, not forced, but just late enough to feel like it meant something. That's the delayed smile. And it's not just body language. It's a clue to what's happening inside her. You might think she was just being polite, giving you a late acknowledgement. But here's what's actually going on. Her brain recognized you the second she saw you, but her emotions took a second longer to catch up. There's this guy. Let's call him Sam. He's always joked around with a coworker. Nothing flirty, just friendly. But one day, as they cross paths in the hallway, she sees him. And something flickers. She doesn't smile right away. It's like she pauses to process him. And then, that slight grin creeps in. Like her face caught up to her heart. He notices. And it lingers with him the rest of the day. Now, most men miss this completely. They're looking for big, bold signals. The flirt, the laugh, the hair flip. But the real signals? The ones that reveal what she's feeling? They're quieter. Delayed. Slower. Honest. That smile wasn't automatic. It wasn't social programming. It was emotional override. her heart lagging behind her brain and losing control for just a second. So if you catch that smile and it doesn't come right away, understand what it means. You're not just another face. You're someone her body reacts to, even if her mind is trying to hide it. And here's a move for you. Next time it happens, be the one to smile first, but don't rush it. Let your smile unfold slowly, like you already knew it was coming, like you saw her think about you. That changes the energy completely, because that delayed smile, that wasn't for everyone. That was for you. You walk into a crowded room. Maybe it's a house party. Maybe a networking event. Noise everywhere. People moving. You barely even notice her at first, but somehow she ends up near you. Not next to you. Just close, like gravity. You shift spots, grab a drink, step into another group, and 10 minutes later, she's there. Again, laughing nearby, reaching for a snack right beside you. It feels random, but it's not. Most guys chalk this up to coincidence. It's a small room. Everyone's moving around. But women don't do random proximity. Not when they're thinking about you. Not when they're drawn to you. There's this guy named Jordan at a mutual friend's party. He barely knows anyone. But there's this one girl he's seen her before, but never talked. He notices that every time he grabs a drink, she's just finished hers. Every time he leans against the wall, she ends up right beside him. Not touching, just close enough to feel. He thinks he's imagining it, but he's not. She's orbiting. That's what proximity is. It's orbit. It's the subconscious pull toward a person who's living in your head. And she may not even realize she's doing it, but her body does. Her instincts do. She's positioning herself within your field, making it easier for you to start a conversation, hoping you notice the closeness, and testing without words if you'll do something about it. So next time you notice her nearby, again and again, don't brush it off. Don't tell yourself it's a fluke. Ask yourself, is she choosing this spot or choosing me? And here's your move. Test the magnet. Subtly move. Change locations. Shift your body angle. If she repositions, that's confirmation. You're in her orbit. And she wants you to notice. Most guys are stuck in their heads, never seeing what's right beside them. But you're not. Most guys, you're tuned in, aware, you feel the pull, and now you know what it means. Words have weight. And sometimes they come back to you in ways you don't expect. You're talking to her, maybe in a group, maybe one-on-one. The conversation flows easily. You crack a joke, toss out a random phrase, or use some weird expression that just feels like you. She laughs. The moment moves on. But later, you hear it. Maybe it's later that night. Maybe the next time you meet. But suddenly, she says it. That same phrase. Your words. Slipping from her lips like they were hers all along. And you freeze. For a second. Wait, did she just say what I said? Most guys brush this off. They think, oh, she's just being funny. Probably coincidence. But what's really happening here is something far deeper than humor. This is called verbal mirroring. And it's not random. It's unconscious. When a woman echoes your words, when she adopts your phrasing, it means you've lodged yourself in her mind. It's her way of keeping you close, even without realizing it. Think about this guy, Tyler. He's texting with a girl from class. They've been chatting casually for weeks. One day, he jokingly calls himself a coffee zombie because he always needs caffeine to function. She laughs it off, but 2 days later, in the middle of a totally unrelated chat, she drops it. Ooh, I feel like such a coffee zombie today. Tyler stares at his phone for a second too long. That wasn't random. That was her, weaving him into her language, wrapping him around her words, pulling him closer without even meaning to. Here's what you need to know: women mirror men there. thinking about. It's subtle, it's slippery, but it's a giveaway. Because she's not just copying you to be funny. She's anchoring you in her world, quietly, repeatedly. So next time it happens, don't let it slide. Notice it, lean into it, lock eyes, even if it's just through text, and reply slowly, like you felt the weight of her words. Because if she's echoing you, you're already in her head. And here's your move. Start paying attention to your own phrases. Track the words you drop around her. And when she starts repeating them, whether in person, in texts, or in passing, that's your signal. You're not just some guy in the room anymore. You've become part of her internal dialogue. Jealousy. It's messy. It's subtle. And it's almost always hidden under layers of denial. You're standing in a group. She's there too, smiling, laughing, playing it cool. And then another woman enters the frame. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's someone new. Either way, you shift your attention. You laugh. You talk. You engage. Suddenly, everything changes. Her energy dips. Or maybe it spikes too high. She gets oddly bubbly, louder than usual. Either way, her vibe is off. You feel it instantly. And here's where most men get it wrong. They think she's being moody. Women, right? They miss the signal entirely. But what's really happening? She's fighting herself, fighting her own jealousy. There's this guy, Marcus. He's been friendly with a girl from his gym for months. They chat after workouts, swap playlists, keep it casual. One night, they both end up at a mutual friend's house. It's light, fun, easy, until Marcus starts joking around with another girl across the room. Suddenly, his gym friend shifts. She's not her usual self. Her replies get shorter. Her laughs feel forced. Or worse, she swings the other way, getting louder, overcompensating, acting like she's having too much fun. Marcus doesn't even notice at first. But later that night, it hits him. Her energy flipped the moment he gave attention elsewhere. That's jealousy. Pure, unfiltered, hidden jealousy. It's not always obvious. She won't confess it. She may not even admit it to herself, but her body betrays her. Her tone shifts. Her eyes dart. Her walls go up. And here's the twist: jealousy isn't just about possession. It's about attention. When she's already thinking about you, already investing in you, seeing you light up around someone else triggers something primal. She doesn't want to lose her unspoken place in your world. Here's where you stand apart from other men. Most guys panic or get confused in these moments. They either back off or chase harder, trying to fix the mood. But you observe. You stay calm. You let her battle her own emotions. Because jealousy is a confession. It's the loudest silent scream of attraction. And here's your move. The next time you spot this shift, don't immediately chase. Instead, hold steady. Keep your cool. Watch how she starts competing for your attention, either by drawing you back in or trying to regain her power through distance. She's not mad at you. She's mad at herself for wanting you this much. Have you ever walked away from a conversation and felt like you left a mark? Like even though you've moved on, you're still there somehow? That's the afterglow replay. And it's one of the clearest signs you've been on her mind, whether she shows it or not. Picture this. You've just finished talking with her. Maybe it was deep, maybe playful, maybe just a few minutes of small talk. Nothing crazy. But as you leave, you glance back, and you see it. She's quiet, still, a little too still. Or maybe she's smiling to herself, looking off into the distance like she's replaying every word. And she is. Women replay conversations like movies, frame by frame, line by line. Especially when those words came from someone they've been thinking about. Here's a guy named Noah. He's been seeing a girl casually, nothing defined, nothing serious. One evening, they have a conversation outside a restaurant. It's light at first, but somehow it turns meaningful. He shares a story. She laughs, really laughs. And then he leaves. He doesn't think much of it. But his friend, watching from across the street, catches it. After Noah walks away, she stands there, frozen. Then, slowly, her face softens. Her lips curl into a small, secretive smile. She stares at nothing. That's the afterglow. It's her mind, trapped in a loop, playing back every second, every look, every pause. Most guys assume she's just distracted or busy afterward. They miss the replay completely. But here's the truth. If she acts different after you leave, quieter or strangely giddy, that's no accident. That's the residue of your presence, lingering long after you're gone. And this isn't about arrogance or ego. It's biology, emotional anchoring. When a woman feels seen, heard, or desired, her brain releases chemicals that make her want to relive the experience. You don't even need to say anything groundbreaking. It's the energy, the dynamic, the subtle dance between curiosity and connection. And here's your move. Always leave her with something to replay. End on a high note, a playful tease, a compliment that feels personal, a challenge that leaves her wondering. Walk away before the energy dips. Leave her wanting more, because when she's replaying you in her head, you've already won. Most men chase after the fact. They text, they call, they try to keep it going. But you understand the power of absence. You leave her with the gift of memory. And memory is where obsession begins. Here's something most men never realize. Attraction isn't about logic. It's not about lists or checkboxes or resumes. It's about emotion. If you make her feel anything, you win, period. That's emotional anchoring. The final undeniable signal that you've taken up space in her mind. She lights up around you. Or maybe she gets defensive. Maybe she teases you too hard. Or challenges you every time you speak. Either way, there's a spike. You think she's just dramatic. But what's really happening? You've become her trigger, her emotional anchor. Here's this guy, Eli. He's playful by nature, always teasing people lightly. There's a girl in his circle who reacts strongly to everything. He says, sometimes she laughs too hard. Other times she snaps back, almost annoyed, but always engaged. He doesn't get it at first. He even thinks she doesn't like him. But the truth, she's hooked. He's her emotional anchor. Women don't react strongly to people they don't care about. Indifference is their default with strangers. Emotional spikes, whether positive or negative, mean you've gotten under her skin. It's a strange truth. Sometimes, the woman who teases you relentlessly or gets annoyed by your jokes is the same woman who can't stop thinking about you when you're gone. And here's the irony. Her strongest reactions often mask her deepest interest. Most men back off when a woman shows too much emotion. They play it safe. They retreat. But not you. You lean in. You smile at the heat. You recognize it for what it is. Investment. Here's your move. Don't shy away from emotional spikes. Playful teasing, light challenges, authentic disagreements. They all create charge. And charge creates memory. If you're the guy who makes her feel alive, makes her laugh, makes her blush, even makes her roll her eyes, you're the guy she. Remember when her head hits the pillow. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be smooth. You just have to make her feel. Because in her world, it's not logic that decides who stays. It's emotion. And if you become her emotional anchor, you're already part of her story. Let's bring it all back fast. One may eye flick. That quick, almost invisible glance? That wasn't random. That was her testing your presence. 2, the delayed smile. If her smile comes late, she's trying to hide that you're already in her thoughts. 3, the proximity magnet. She keeps ending up near you. That's not a coincidence. That's orbit. 4. The conversation echo. She repeats your words. That's not mimicry. It's subconscious connection. 5. The hidden jealousy spike. Her vibe shifts when another woman enters the scene. Jealousy. Loud and clear. 6. The afterglow replay. If she acts different after you leave, quieter or happier, she's replaying every second. And remember, if she reacts to you emotionally, whether it's with fire or laughter, you've already anchored yourself inside her mind. Now the question isn't if she's thinking about you. It's what you're going to do about it next.